lovelies, it's Cindy from MyStyleSpot. I'm excited to share with you a really new exciting app I've found that is really helping me on my path, and that is Soulight. This is an amazing app that you can find for love repair, any kind of life counseling that you may have, your life path, if you want to know about that. I'm very concerned with my life path and, living my mission and a fulfilled life. So I'm really gotten kind of into spirituality in the last couple of years. I've been talking with psychics over the last few years, and I believe it. I believe that these people have serious talent and a deep connection with what we can't see all the time, right? So I feel like they are gifted in what they do and really are here to help and can offer us, wisdom and advice from our spirit guides or our higher selves or God, whatever you want to call it, that we may have trouble getting access to ourselves. So I really believe in this. This is something I'm passionate and I care about for sure. So I really want to share with you my experience with Soulight that I've just done recently, and I am in love with this app. The psychics are amazing. I've gotten tons of great help, advice. I've just really feel that this is something absolutely that I want to share with you. It's important to me. If it's important to you, I would definitely look into it. Soulight is one of my favorite apps. It is an amazing app where you can get questions and help with love repair and life counseling. Questions and help in love, relationship, marriage, your life path, money and finance, career advice, lost people and pets, or get a spiritual reading. I love that you can choose between live readings or 24-hour readings. So they have like the text chat. You can also do audio or video readings. I love the convenience of a 24-hour text reading that's sent to my inbox within 24 hours. It saves me time. The readings are also very inexpensive, so I found this the best route for myself. I highly recommend Psychic Victoria. She was the first one that I worked with. Amazing. I also loved getting a reading from Psychic Diane on information about my spirit guides, why they were here to help, what message they had for me, as well as with Psychic Davina for an overall outlook on my year ahead. I highly recommend all three psychics. They were amazing to work with, very accurate, and I felt very confident and positive after each reading. So I met with Psychic Victoria as well as Psychic Diane and Psychic Davina. I did these 3 different readings this last week and I loved every one of them. They were all very different. I had different questions for each. I kind of went off of their specialty and then just kind of tried to trust my gut on who to choose and what would be the best questions to ask. And then of course I have some definitely real life questions about my relationship that I've been in. It's kind of been on the rocks. I wanted to get advice with that. So I'm going to start with that because that was my most pressing issue. So that was with Psychic Victoria. I had some relationship questions with her. It's been rocky, like I said, lately. I'm not sure if we're headed in the same direction. We seem to want different goals at this point in life. And I just really wanted to get her advice. So in my conversation with Victoria, I just asked her about where my relationship was heading. And she came back with things that I felt were very accurate. All I gave her was my basic info, my name, my birth date, my sex, and then also my significant other's name, birth date, and sex. And just asked her one quick question. Told her that we were living together. We've been in a relationship for a couple of years and I'm not sure if I should continue this relationship. Can she offer me any advice? So she came back with, I see you are a very loving, helpful person and you tend to get taken advantage of from this because people see that and are attracted to it and are not necessarily the ones that give back. And this is very accurate. Every relationship I've ever had, I have to learn to set boundaries. That's been a lifelong struggle. And yeah, I tend to overgive, which I think a lot of us women do. I think that's pretty normal. And sometimes it comes back to bite me. And then I'm feeling like I need to fill up myself with love and I'm just not getting it from my partner. And it's been a real struggle. And that's something I've been feeling in this relationship as well. So she absolutely nailed that. She mentioned that my relationship seems to feel one-sided to me, and it does. That's very accurate. She also said that he tends to lean on me more as a friend than a soulmate. And I do feel like kind of that pressure and burden sometimes. So she also said that he needs to work on himself, that she can see I've been working on myself, but that he needs to do that a little bit more. And right now he's just unable to with where he's at, which I also feel is extremely accurate. He seems to be, his goals are a little bit different than mine. He doesn't seem as concerned with that, with our relationship. I don't think he feels like the work needs to be put in. So that's been a little tougher on me because I feel like I'm putting all this, my heart and soul into this, and I don't feel like I'm getting that back. So this was a 24-hour text. So, it was a good page long of reading. And then she ended it with, I do see that there's a future for you guys if you do choose that, but I do want you to know that you have a choice that your guides are telling me you can stay with him and try to work this out, or you can move on and there will definitely be someone out there for you. So she kind of left it as, I do see that it could work out if you really want that to. It's just that you both need to work at it, not just one of you, right? And I feel that's absolutely important. At this point in time, I think that's pretty accurate. So that's something I need to think about, because it does put things in a new perspective for me. And I'm very, very happy to get this outside opinion and this advice, especially hearing, my guides are saying that also is really helpful to me, because my guides are with me all the time, I believe. So they know the picture very well. But I felt like she really just got in there and knew what was going on and was able to tell me very accurately, but also to the point. She didn't sugarcoat it, which I also said I wanted. So I just felt, more confident and positive, and it was nice to get that additional perspective. So for Psychic Diane, she has a service of connecting with your spirit guides. So again, going off of Victoria, where she was able to tell me what my spirit guides are saying about me having a choice, I wanted to know more from Psychic Diane. Who are my spirit guides? How many do I have? What do they want me to know? So this was a really fun reading, just for fun, that I really enjoyed. And I feel 100% that she was guided as well as Psychic Victoria. So she told me that my guides are here to provide wisdom and clarity and to help steer me away from negative. And she pointed out, I do see some negativity in your life. You're a very positive, helpful person, and that tends to bring in some negative people, which I agree, and also kind of goes along with what Victoria was saying. So I agree, and I feel that. She told me that I have 3 spirit guides, 2 are female and 1 is male, and the male one has a protective energy to him that he is meant to give me wisdom. So I thought that was really awesome to hear. That makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. But I also feel that. And she said, she gave me tips for how to communicate with them and how to hear from them myself, which I also found really helpful and amazing. So she told me they communicate with me a lot through my dreams and through also my gut feelings, which I've definitely had strong gut feelings in my life. And it's usually about my relationships. One was a place where I lived. It told me don't live there. So that makes total sense to me. I absolutely recognize that. And then with the dreams, and I've been paying a lot of attention to my dreams lately. So she said, be sure to write them down, even when they don't seem so meaningful. Come back to them later and you'll start to see patterns. And I have noticed this. I've been keeping track of my dreams for the last year pretty accurately. And I feel like I definitely get messages through my dreams. Absolutely. So it was really cool to hear that I'm getting them from my spirit guide. So I'll definitely be paying more attention, but I love that. She also suggested putting an amethyst crystal next to my bedside, which I just did recently. So that will also help amplify. Amethyst is great for that. So she told me that my guides, one big message coming through was that they say that I'm a very giving person. I'm a Leo. I am very giving and generous by nature. So I agree with that. But they told me that it's important to remember to be a little more selfish sometimes, right? To take care of me and demand that same respect from others. And I know in my relationship and many of my past relationships, this is where I slack. I have been horrible at setting boundaries. I give and give and give and overgive until I have nothing left to give. And then I'm feeling completely drained, and then I end the relationship. That's usually what happens. And that's kind of where this relationship that I'm in currently has been feeling too. So have been working really hard on setting boundaries in this relationship, harder than I ever have, and filling myself up with self-love, because I do believe relationships are a self-love journey, especially with soulmates, stuff like that. You really do need to fill yourself up. And I've learned that. That has been an important, valuable lesson I've learned in the last 2 years in my previous relationship, is I've got to fill myself up. So I do. But I also need to be getting that same respect and love from someone that I'm putting my whole heart and soul into. And so by setting boundaries, that's helped a lot. But I do realize that sometimes I still tend to fall back into patterns of overgiving and not holding him accountable. So my guides pointed that out and also said, you know what? Sometimes it's okay to be selfish. That would be a good lesson for you today. I think like most women, most mothers, we put our needs last, right? We are so concerned with taking care of our family and our loved ones. Stop overgiving so I don't resent them, because that's definitely been something I've struggled with in my life too. So my guides also in the last message said, we want you to know that we have seen how hard you've been working on yourself, the healing, the progress you've made, and we are very proud of you. And that almost brought me to tears. I do really feel that the last couple of years I've been working really hard. I've been going through some healing, especially through my relationships, trying to better myself so that I attract what I want, and bring that out of my partner. And, sometimes it feels very discouraging, like I'm not getting anywhere. And just hearing that like just warmed my heart and soul. And I knew in my heart, I was like, this is true. This just came from my guides. I know it did. I feel it. My heart started to warm when I got that message. So amazing. To me, that is truth and something I needed to hear. I loved it. It was just another 24-hour text message with Diane, but absolutely what I needed to hear. Felt 1000% accurate as well, just like Psychic Victoria's. And just really cool to hear that, hear how I can connect with my spirit guides better. So I had got great information again from both psychics to take into my life, because I believe we are always needing to work on ourselves, right? So it's not just, I can't just blame my partner. I know this is something I need to work on. There are things I need to do. Last but not least, I've also found Psychic Divina. I just loved her energy from her profile. I felt like she could offer some really great advice as well. So this one I just kind of left open-ended. I just said, my question was, I'm just looking for an overall outlook for 23. Career, finances, love, relationship, and my life path. And she came back with, 2023, I see lots of good things from you, a lot of good changes coming, embrace the change, a lot of great growth, opportunities for growth as well, especially in your career, which I loved hearing. She told me there will be financial improvements. Who doesn't love hearing that? She also gave me advice to follow my passions, because I do feel that's important. And that's also, I think, what a lot of us busy people do. We put it to the side. We don't make time for our passions, but it's important. She also said to stay focused on what's in front of me, like, be in the present. Don't worry so much about the future, which I feel is always great advice. Throughout my life, that is something I've always had to work on. I struggle. I tend to be in the future. Oh no, what if this happens? She also surprised me with, you are meant for to have two great loves in your lifetime. One is your current soulmate, and there's another one that you haven't met yet. So interesting, piggybacking off of what Psychic Victoria said. So that leaves it kind of open-ended, something to think about as well. She also kind of ended it with, I see lots of many positive changes in the year ahead. Last but not least, she told me, I see your positive energy carrying you through and you accomplishing a lot of the goals that you've set, and you will accomplish them in the next 5 years. Very exciting for me. I have been so set on goal setting. I do this religiously now. I am very concerned. I have some big dreams that I definitely want to live out. And I also feel that energy. I felt that energy like, yes, this is possible. I just have to remind myself it's possible, not worry, right? And I feel like this is absolutely 100% accurate. So I love that she said that. I'm very excited now to see what the next 5 years will bring. So that was my experiences with 3 amazing psychics that I found on Soulight. They are amazing. This is absolutely something I'm going to get more into and continue using this app. This app has tons and tons of psychics to choose from for whatever area you're concerned about, very inexpensively. So I highly recommend checking out Soulight, you guys. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Like I said, this is something I'm going to continue using, probably these same psychics, because I had such great experiences with them. Be sure to check them out. And exciting, happy Valentine's today, by the way. They have a really great deal happening today only. Get 20% off all 24-hour readings, text, audio, or video. Or if you want to do live chat, you can get 30% off, and that's also text, audio, or video, whichever one you choose. Just check out the profiles for the psychic you're interested. They'll let you know which services they have available. So do that today. And also, if you are brand new, like I was, you get an additional discount on top of that. So very exciting. Check them out today, you guys, at soulight.com. You can find them in the App Store for Android or Apple. And thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments or questions for me, I would love to hear them. Please give this video a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Share with anyone you think would be interested, and subscribe for free weekly awesome content. Thanks for watching, you guys.